She won, and she reminded us again today what a total, utter disaster that would have been. But I want to go a step further. I did write a piece at Game 360 describing the de facto president, because it's clear. And if you watch day by day, President Trump, both in his international relations, I mean, he may have broken Trudeau's government in the last 3 days because Trudeau's strongest ally resigned in disgust at how Trudeau had caved into Trump. And literally, I think Trudeau may lose a vote of confidence in Canada. He clearly, when he went to Notre Dame, was treated in Paris as, in effect, the president. He got a presidential welcome. He met with, I think there were 82 government leaders from around the world. He kept meeting with key people. And I think that President Trump is already beginning to have a direct impact. In fact, even Disney has begun to drop various woke things from their planned presentations, I think, in response to this. So this is one of the most amazing transitions. As a historian, I don't remember anything that was quite this decisive in the opening weeks after an election.
And the border wall and selling it off for pennies on the dollar, it's beyond petty. It doesn't hurt Donald Trump. He's going to buy a new wall, but it really does hurt the American people. They don't need to pay for another wall. Or they're trying to hire loyalists and put them in the Department of Justice, I guess, to sabotage Donald Trump. Then, of course, all the judges they're trying to push through. Then the tens of thousands of federal workers that they're allowing to work remote or the deal they just made with China, which Donald Trump would never go along with, never would have made that deal as it relates to, trading, technological information, which they're weaponizing. So, I mean, it's petty on the one hand, but it also makes Donald Trump's job harder on the other side.
Look, I think when you look at the vote of the American people, and you look at how clear the issues were, and you see some of this going on, I mean, it's not technically treason.
The president was asked yesterday in his impromptu press conference, which in and of itself, Governor Huckabee was refreshing, whether or not he would take out Iranian nuclear sites. He said, I'm not going to answer that question, but we already know the answer. We know from day one he's going to implement sanctions, and he's going to cut off the financial monies that Iran takes in that funds their terror network as the #1 state sponsor of terror. We know that's going to happen. He's going to drive them into bankruptcy. And the second thing he's going to do, if at any point he feels, or the intelligence community tells him, they're close to a nuclear weapon, he's not going to let that happen. That's my prediction. What do you say?
I think you're probably right, but let's just remember that Donald Trump pretty much had bankrupted the Iranians in his first term. He didn't have to bomb them because he did bankrupt them. It was only because when Joe Biden came in, he opened up the spigots and let the Iranians have money. What did they do with that money? They funded Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, and 1,200 Jewish civilians were massacred on October the 7th with money that was made possible by relaxing the sanctions on the Iranians. Let us never forget where that came from, who put the green light on that money, and what happened when it was given to the terrorists.
Last question, Reince Priebus. You were there in 2017. Let's fast forward to January 20th, 2025. What's day one going to look like? You were there the first time.
I think they're going to be so ready for this. I think you're going to look at 50 executive orders on energy, deregulation, the border. I think this thing's going to come fast and heavy. And all those 75% issues, secure the border, protect the American people, confront China's ripping off the world, and end these wars and protect girls in sports. That's what you're going to see on day one. I think it's going to be an amazing day.
Yeah, agreed. I think we're going to see a lot of movement on the border, on energy, and America's going to start feeling better about itself really quickly. Hopefully we can get the economy running.